20 years ago, in 1999, when we were just a handful of passionate garage devs from the Czech Republic, we banded together and founded a small independent studio. This venture, which we called Bohemia Interactive Studio, would transcend our wildest ambitions and go on to become a unique entity within the industry, bringing an original approach to making and developing games. Just 2 years after forming, we released our debut game, Operation Flashpoint: Cold War Crisis, which was praised by critics and players alike. The game was a defining moment for us and became the first rung in a series that would go on to help define a genre. With a massive sandbox terrain, combined arms warfare, and authentic gameplay, Operation Flashpoint, later to be renamed Arma: Cold War Assault, brought a new and unmatched experience to the military gaming scene and set the bar for all following Bohemia games. From there, we continued to experiment and iterate on our success, formed the shape of the company Bohemia Interactive would eventually become, and started work on creating a new brand, born from our past endeavors, Arma. As our studio grew, we started to focus on highlighting a core part of our company ethos: community. Wanting to further develop the close relationship we had with our growing player base, we didn't want to create just games, but open platforms where people could create, enjoy, and share their own experiences with others. This vibrant modding scene, to our joy, far exceeded our expectations, gave birth to multiple phenomena that would go on to take the video game world by storm and forever alter the future for both Bohemia Interactive and the industry as a whole. Most importantly, our acquisition of the immensely popular DayZ mode would see us go on to officially develop the first open-world survival game of its kind, offering an unmatched experience for hardcore players, even to this day. DayZ, an unforgiving simulation of a collapsed society amid a post-apocalyptic world, recently became our first truly multi-platform game, releasing on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and selling over 5 million copies. Continuing our active support for innovation, we went on to collaborate with Valve to spearhead a whole new form of game development. Our next installment, Arma 3, would not only be one of the first games to enter Steam's early access program, but became the very first to successfully graduate from it. A method we would go on to adopt for many of our other titles, and one which emphasized the importance of our close relationship with our community. With over 6 years of post-release support, 5 million plus copies sold, and a multitude of additional DLCs installed by our users, Arma 3 was, and continues to be, a massive success for Bohemia Interactive. Today, our once small studio has grown into the largest video game developer in the Czech Republic. Our diverse portfolio of genre-defining games have sold more than 30 million copies, are played by dozens of millions of players around the world, and are developed by over 400 people in 7 studios spread across 4 countries.
Contact! Spec up!
Despite this growth, we are not in the business of pumping out as many products as possible. Our games are huge projects fueled by passion and the desire to create something long-lasting and unforgettable. And our titles receive dedicated, continued support long after they're released as full games. Most notably, this support takes the form of myriad free platform updates, which accompany a steady supply of DLCs and expansions. And as we don't like to segregate our community, outside of certain terrains, players who opt not to purchase any DLC are still able to play with those who do. Here at Bohemia Interactive, we don't shy away from exploring new territory. We love to experiment, take risks, and venture into the unknown, a journey that has even launched us far into space with Take on Mars. This desire to think outside the box has led us to tackling a number of unconventional subjects over the years in order to provide players with a variety of new and unique experiences. Our humanitarian-themed DLC, Laws of War, for example, shone a light on the lesser-explored ramifications of warfare. And working alongside the ICRC, we managed to help raise awareness of international humanitarian laws. Elsewhere, one of our more recent expansions, Arma 3 Contact, extended our military franchise out into the sci-fi scene and explored the ever-fascinating question of, what if humanity suddenly encounters extraterrestrial intelligence on Earth? We have now fully embraced the vast spectrum of our industry and branched out into both mobile and console gaming. Our recent console title saw us venture into the vast yet beautiful lands of a post-war Norway, adding the free-to-play loot and shooter Vigor to our repertoire. Bohemia Interactive's newest vibrant sandbox exploration game, Islands, is set to provide a platform for players to create their own experiences to enjoy and share with others, and for the first time in any of our titles, will be available as a free-to-play title on all major platforms, including mobile. So, what's next for Bohemia Interactive? We plan to continue the legacy we've built over the last 2 decades with our future endeavors. We will continue to push the aspects of simulation and freedom, support and work with our passionate community, and build games as platforms for people to explore, create, and connect with others. Armed with the knowledge, experience, and expertise 20 years of game development brings, and with a shift to our brand new Enfusion engine, our sights are firmly locked onto our next major project. It's safe to say we're all looking very forward to what the future has in store for Bohemia Interactive.